Hi guys, it's Mrs. O'Keefe. How are you? I just wanted to give you guys the answers for page 162. But I also wanted to make sure that you guys, if you didn't already, take a look at, excuse me, the answers for page 161. They're all here as well. So I'm just going to very quickly go over 161 so you guys can see it. So we did this together though. Number one, the answer was C, 20 times 50. Number two, 21 times 40 was 840. And, they went ahead and they did the partial products to do that. Number three, the product of two factors of 2000, and one of them is 50. So the missing number was 40. So 50 times 40 is 2000. Number four, select all the expressions that are equal to 260. Remember, you may have to do all of the problems to figure it out. But the third and last ones are correct because in the 10 times 20 plus 3 times 20, if we were to put parentheses around the 10 times 20 and the 3 times 20, we would solve those. And then obviously that makes 13 times 20. Number 5, remember the compatible numbers, 24, changing it to 25. So if the original problem was 18 times 24, we would round 18 to 20. 24 compatible number would be 25. So we would have 500. And then the actual answer is 432. Number 6, remember, you can use an array or area model. So they showed you 2 examples. The first one for last month, which was 13 times 12, which was 156 miles. They showed you an array. And then this month, and again, it shows you right here, 12 times 13, and then 14 times 12 with a area model, box method, would give us 168. Part B says to not use any type of array or area model, but create an equation. Remember, an equation is using numbers, an operation sign or more, as well as an equal sign. So 12 times 13, 156, 14 times 12, 168. Again, we want to know how much she hiked in altogether. So 324 miles. Number 7, Liz makes necklaces. Each has 16 beads. Use the numbers in the box to complete the table. So they gave you the 10, the 30, and the 800. So again, this is number of necklaces. This is number of beads. So what I always say is if one necklace was 16 beads, right? So if I had a 1 here, I would have a 16 here. So how did I get from 1 to 16? I had to multiply by 16. So that's what I had to do with 10. If I had 10 necklaces and each one of them has 16 beads, 10 times 16, 160. 30 times 16, 480. We'd have to work backwards here, and we'd have to say to ourselves, we don't know 800 divided by 16. So we would have to think to ourselves, what times 16 would give us that? And that would be 50, and same thing, 90 and 1,440. Number 8, Justine's plant shop has 7 shelves. Each shelf holds 18 plants. Suppose she adds 2 more shelves to the shop. Write and solve equations to find the number of plants all the shelves can hold, and then check to see if your answer is reasonable. So this is one way to solve it. You could do it 2 different ways. You could create 2 different number sentences and then add them together. But what they did is they added together the number of shelves. So 7 plus 2 is 9, so 9 shelves total. If each shelf holds 18 plants, 9 times 18 is 162 plants. They used compatible numbers. 9 is close to 10, 18 is close to 20. So 10 times 20 is 200. And since 200 is close to 162, the answer would be reasonable. Number 9. I keep forgetting I have to use that. Number 9, Jack's Landscape Service charges $78 to plant a tree. What is the total cost to plant 18 trees on Tuesday and 23 trees on Wednesday? Write and solve an equation. So same thing like question number 8. You could do 2 separate sentences and say, up top it could have been 7 times 18 and then 2 times 18 and then add those together. Or just add together how many trees they're planting. So 18 trees plus 23 trees is 41 trees. If it costs $78 to plant each tree, 78 times 41, $3,198. Number 10, which of the following uses properties of operations to help find 27 times 14? Here we went ahead and used a distributed property, breaking it apart. 27 is broken up into 20 and 7. And 14 is broken apart into 10 and 4. So we have 20 plus 7 times 10 plus 4. Number 11 asks you to just go ahead and for each tell what the partial product would be. So 19 times 15, and I know it's 19 times 15 because 10 and 9 is 19, 10 and 5 is 15. So letter A, 10 times 10 is 100, same thing we've been doing. Letter B, 10 times 5 is 50. Letter C, 9 times 10 is 90. And then letter D is 9 times 5 is 45. You didn't even need to solve and get the final answer. Number 12, the biggest painting in an art show is 31 inches long and 28 inches wide. The smallest painting is 14 inches long and 11 inches wide. What is the difference between the areas? So remember, area is where we do the length times the width. So the first painting is 31 by 28. So 31 times 28 is 868 square inches. The second one is 14 inches by 11 inches. So 14 times 11 is 154. So if we want to find the difference means to subtract. So 868 minus 154 is 714 square inches. So that is all you had to do for that. Remember, please check back tomorrow morning. I will give you the answers for the performance task. If you have any questions before we take our test, we'll go over them. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great night. And I'm just waiting to stop this. It's just taking a while. Just like at home, I still have some technical issues. Have a good night.